What's up, guys? Today we're going to be making a Japanese dish called Gyudon, and it translates, if I remember correctly, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, to one bowl meal. And my translation is some shaved steak, some pre-steamed Brussels sprouts that I did earlier. I got some minced garlic, a lot of it, a whole bowl. I love garlic. I put a lot of garlic in most of my dishes. That's just what I do. I got some chopped scallions, and for my seasonings that are gonna go on top of my meat is cumin. This one I'm excited for. I bought it a while ago knowing I'm gonna do some kind of video. Japanese 7 spice, so pretty excited about that. Got some ground turmeric, some black pepper, and some ginger, of course. So let's get started. Oh, and I got some white rice that I already made in my pressure cooker, which you will see when I start rolling through this video. So let's get started. Let's have some fun. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to my wok, as per usual. We're gonna add our meat. All right, let's add our meat. All right, now that the meat's done, we're gonna take it out, leave the juices in there, so we can start cooking up our Brussels sprouts, garlic, and scallions. All right, let's add our vegetables. Let's toss in our garlic. Now we're gonna not toss in our green onions because they wilt super quick. So you actually put them in your bowl raw. They have a great flavor to them. I just tried my Brussels sprouts, and I think it just needs a little bit more salt. Toss that in there. Alright, so we're going to make our broth that's going to sit at the bottom of the bowl. And it's supposed to have a Dashi broth, but I couldn't find Dashi broth. But Miso broth actually has Dashi broth as the main component, so we're going to substitute it and roll from there. I'm going to add 2 cups of this. I'm gonna add a couple more ingredients. I'm gonna start off with a tablespoon. If I can open it, of brewed soy sauce. I'm gonna do a tablespoon. Usually I like more, but this soy sauce I bought is very high on sodium. So I got a warning from my beautiful wife to take it easy. I'm gonna do a teaspoon of fish sauce and a teaspoon of sesame oil. I'm going to be careful actually. I'm going to go with half a teaspoon just to be careful. Set this up, let it cook, and like we did before with our Korean meal, taste as we go. The broth is tasting good, but I think it needs just about half a teaspoon more of this soy sauce. So, let's go with it and see what it tastes like. So we're done with it. It tastes great, nice and salty where it needs to be. So we're gonna go from here, and the last thing we gotta do is to fry up an egg to put on top of our gyudon bowl. Alright, now that our egg is done, we're going to take it off so it's nice and still soft on top of our gyudon ball. Alright guys, so I started plating. I got my nice runny egg on top of my white rice. I got my Brussels sprouts sitting right here. I got my meat on the side. And I'm going to pour some of the broth that we made right on the edge right here. I'm going to give it about 2 half ladles. And I'm going to take our scallions and toss them on the side. Now remember, these are raw and how best to be served, just like this. So there we go. We got a nice Gyudon bowl. I said ball. We have a nice Gyudon bowl with a runny egg. We got our stock, nicely made, nice and salty. We got our Brussels sprouts, they're nice, salty, and garlicky. We got our meat that was nicely seasoned, and we got a perfectly cooked white rice under there. So let's pause for a second before we dig in. Alright guys, so our Gyudon bowl's done, and we're gonna dig in and try everything out. I'm gonna try using my chopsticks as much as possible. The Brussels sprouts are nice and seared, salty, and they got a nice pack of garlic. That's how I like it. Our meat, if I can get it. Delicious. The Japanese 7 spice gives it just enough kick. It's not super spicy, just enough kick. The ginger's cooking through. You can taste a little bit of the cumin. It's delicious. I'm gonna pull out my fork now so I can cut my egg. That right there is on point. With that bite, I got the egg, I got the rice, and I got the stock with some of the green onions. And that melding together is just delicious. It's the right taste. The runny yolk gives it a nice consistency. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite things that I've made. I'm really enjoying cooking with Asian spices, cooking with these different techniques, and I'm learning so much. I hope that you're learning with me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, give it a subscribe, and join me next time where we're going to switch it up from Japanese and we're going to go to Thai. So join me next time on Irizare Eats. Have a good night.